pleasure being here again this week, and I'm excited to get started. I, on that note, let's get right into this. And as we connect, I I would just like to say that this is an interesting time that we're going through right now with the energetic shifts and some astrological trines are occurring, and hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all doing really good. So, on that note, let's see what we can get into today, and let's see what kind of messages we can bring through. And if any of you don't make it into us, definitely leave a message in any of our comments, or just reach out right to us. So we're always here. Okay. Hello, and who do we have with us this afternoon?
Hello, Danielle. I'm Margaret. I'm from Hull in England, UK.
Oh, hello, Margaret. Thanks for calling in.
Hi. Thank you.
How can I help you today?
Um, just wondered whether I could get a general reading. Things are a bit tough at the moment, so just wanted to know whether I could get some guidance.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're right. There's a lot of astrological changes happening, and I don't know the details. I'm not an astrologist, but this week is a very powerful week. So let's see what we can do here. Okay.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Is there a certain area that we can start with?
Um, oh, a bit difficult, really. I've been out of work for about 6 months and just not finding a job that suits my skill set.
Let's start with that for a second and see where we can go.
Okay, thank you.
Um, so the first impressions that I'm picking up on that are related to reading, to books. The first images that I see would be a library. Does this resonate with you in any way?
Library?
Yeah, something to do with a library. That's the first feelings I get is books,
No, I
study,
don't. Not.
libraries.
I've been doing a lot of coursework.
Okay.
Just sort of like keeping updated on my skills. So I have been looking at books and things like that. Yeah.
Yes, you have. Are, are you better? uh, do you thrive more in uh, in a book setting versus computers? Or are you considering leaning into a career that is more oriented in that way?
No.
I feel like something, a new opportunity is going to come to you, and it does give me the impression of, if not a library, perhaps a bookstore. And it feels like this would be something
Okay.
that is, hey, why not? And I feel that part of the responsibilities in this upcoming job, when you're approached, it would see this would not be your typical position per se, but it is going to be something that pays well, and it is going to be something that you're going to enjoy. So if we would
Okay.
just use say bookstore, not a library. So I'm seeing a lot of books there. So say bookstore. This is also a store shop that would have connections to other bookshops. So there would be further advancement available. I don't see this as a franchise business, but I do see this as a place with multiple locations. So when this is offered to you, and you see this and you say, I'm not sure, I don't know. I would like you
Okay.
just to take a consideration of all the details, and
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression to pay pay attention to the benefits that are going to be there. The job itself is going to be fun. It's definitely going to be not so busy. This reminds me of something that's more nonchalant, fun, easygoing, and not hectic. And there is something that is going to stick out as far as benefits. So when you do
Okay.
see that, you're going to say, "I don't the job, job's okay," and then you're going to see the pays pays okay, and the benefits, this benefit package, and the opportunities that are going to come with this are going to be something that's going to catch your eye. So I'd like to
Okay.
start there with that one. Now, there is also a another position or something that I'd like to bring up that has to do with a cafe. Something cafe. I heard when I said cafe, I'm thinking cafeteria, cafe, something like that. Now, I feel like this is something that could come to your attention, but this is actually not something that you would prefer over these two opportunities. And these are
Right.
opportunities that would be coming very soon, very soon. Have you put the word out more recently?
Um, no, no, not really. It's not something I've thought about, to be honest.
Okay. When I'm thinking on that note, I'm thinking of going to small businesses, going to even a grocery store, getting out of the house, right? You get out of the house, having a casual conversation, and this opportunity would come up, and someone would say, "Hey, we could really use help over there. Here's the contact number," and it's going to feel very natural, and it seems like it's just going to flow. So if you want the opportunities, these are the first two that I do see coming towards you, just just by being in the right place in the right time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So it's so leave this one's going to be up to you. And I don't believe that there's
Yeah,
a time limit on there. I don't believe that it's like, oh, you have to get out right now, and anything like that. I feel like when the timing is right, that
yeah,
this will it does feel like the weather will be warmer, and that will also feel really good on your body to be outside, to be about, and it feels really right. Although it feels a little different than something you would normally consider, it does feel right.
yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. I'd like to just add to this that I do pick up. I Let's see. Do you have a sister?
Um, One that I don't speak to, but one not with us anymore as well.
Okay, I do believe that I have a sister here, and
Okay.
would these jobs, doing this type of work, would this be something that would be more oriented towards her? Would you think to yourself, if you do consider it, would you think she'd probably like this better than me?
Um, yes, probably. Yes.
Well, we'd like to just make note of that, if that's okay with you. Just take note of that.
Yeah.
That maybe so, maybe it's true. But on that note, that's okay. You'll have company if you think of it that way. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Oh,
Is
thank
there,
you so much.
yeah, yeah, thank you. And have fun. If nothing else, have fun. Enjoy yourself, and
I will.
thanks for
I will
calling.
indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Oh, bye bye. Oh, this is so heartwarming. I love it. And I love it when you guys call in and you invite me into your personal space to be able to share these moments with you. So okay. So let's see who else is here. Uh who do we have on the phone with us now?
Oh, Sheila?
Hi Sheila. How are you?
Hi. Fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I am doing good. Sheila, where are you calling from?
Nova Scotia?
Oh, that's amazing. Would you mind telling me
Hmm.
what's the weather like there right now?
Right now, it's kind of cloudy. It's about 9 degrees, but we've been having like days going up to 16 lately. I think one day we had 20, but in a few weeks it will be like super hot, mostly all summer. It'll be pretty humid, like over the summer months until about the end of September.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing. Just out of curiosity, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that bit with me. I'm on the East Coast, United States, and I love it. So how can I help you this afternoon?
Oh, I was calling to just. Do you have any messages from, um, say, my aunt Rhoda?
From your aunt. Okay. And your aunt is in spirit now. Yes?
Yes, yes, she is.
Okay. Um, let me see what I can do. Now, give me 1 second. Let's see.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. See, just to clarify if I'm with the right person. My first impression, the first thing that I have is I'm seeing a large basket. Um, I think to myself, well, would this be an Easter basket? I'm not sure, but this would definitely be a large basket. And
W- Would
and
it
she's
be a
looking.
knitting basket? She loved to knit, and I think maybe crochet too, but I know for sure knitting.
So would this be typical of her to have these specifically around her?
Like she always used to knit like
Okay.
quilts.
Thank you for sharing that with me. Now I do see a reference to a the first reference would be a reference to a young woman that has blonde hair, and this would be straight, short, sort of short blonde hair. Would you recognize who that is?
Um, it sounds like my it could be my sister, but I also used to my my like her nephew lived right next door, and we were best friends. So I'm wondering if, and he had short blonde hair.
Okay.
He
Does
was
maybe
like he was my best friend. He was very feminine.
okay. All right. So let me just make that connection right there.
If
And
that's the same person.
I am seeing a yellow house. Would that make sense to you? A light yellow.
Um,
Would like to talk about a neighborhood, a location with a light yellow, pastel yellow painted or light yellow home.
it um it could have been yellow a long time ago.
Okay. Okay. Well then let's move that over to the side. So back to I'm gonna go back to this basket and see what is so wonderful about this basket. Um You mentioned that your aunt was into quilting and everything. When she would sit down to pull these things out, did she hold them in a type of a large basket? And if you were to see her during this time, you would know when she'd bring that out that this would be a time of quiet time, a time of quality time. Do you remember that?
Yes. Every time I was around her, it was always quality time. She was so sweet.
Now, I'm remembering a time with my own grandmother where we had a in-house fireplace, and I'm thinking nostalgically back to the smell of that. So, would this have any connection to your aunt as well?
A fireplace.
Yes.
My grandmother,
Mhm.
my grandmother had a fire, like a wood stove,
A wood stove.
and
Correct.
it was going a lot. Like it was always going.
So you would, if you were to smell that particular smell of that wood stove, you would know that, hey, that brings me back to my time with grandma, right?
Yes.
That's interesting. When I had first asked you what the weather is like, I was asking because I had the scent of the wood stove, and I was thinking to myself, is this winter over here or what is going on? So I would like to say that grandma is already with you. With this, with that. Okay, so let's get into um a recipe, right? There would be a recipe that they would make. I'm I'm just getting an impression of not these cinnamon rolls, but something like that along the lines. And this would be something that you're not currently making. Is that correct?
Yeah, my aunt Rhoda always made me squash pies. I really love squash pies, and she put cinnamon in that.
Okay.
And she might have made. She did love to bake. She might have made cinnamon rolls, but I was young, so I
Yeah,
don't remember. But I do remember squash pie.
the cinnamon is really I could smell the cinnamon in it. So
Yeah, she would put cinnamon in it. Did my aunt Rhoda read tarot cards?
could she? Is that what you would ask?
Pardon?
Did you say could she?
Yeah, I kind of have a memory of her having cards, and I don't think we were allowed to play with them. And then one day, I think she let me play with the cards, and I think my uncle Joe might have told my dad. And then the next day, then my dad usually didn't uh, hear, but so and I think I remember him being mad, and then I kind of have a memory I might not have been allowed there anymore, and she was like my mom. Um, and I really love tarot. Like I don't know the symbols and everything, but I can put my hand like on the back of the card and write down the messages I get from it. But I'm not good at knowing like what each card means or like the symbols or anything because my memory isn't the greatest.
I do. As you're sharing that, I am seeing that these are these are more of regular cards. These not quite a playing deck, but not tarot cards as we would know them now. The tarot cards, the Rider Waite and all those other cards are a lot more intense. So these would be touching upon the tarot in such a light way. I can't think of the name of them. I don't want to say a witch's deck because they're here and they're saying no, not nothing like that. But it did have a hint of divinity, a small hint of divinity. I wish I could find them for you. So if you do look on online, you could look up back in that time a very simple basic card. This is not quite tarot, but it was just enough to maybe push some buttons, and that's very unfortunate. That is definitely unfortunate. So with you, your curiosity and your sensitivity, you could definitely read the tarots now. And obviously there's thousands upon thousands of decks. So I I would definitely recommend, if this is something that you're curious about doing, to sit down with your aunt and have before I forget, make try to make those recipes. If you can't get a hold of those recipes, just in honor of your time together, the nostalgia, make something like that you would have shared with her, that has those scents, and create that time together. She's with you. She is with you. She's right there. And this will be able to bring her back into your life now on a regular basis. Does that make sense to you? I hope it
Okay,
does.
thank you.
I know I skipped around a little bit, but and yeah, with the tarot, if you feel guided, explore, explore. And a little bit of advice that I'm hearing from her is that you don't have to know the definitions, especially learning. You don't have to know specifically, memorize them. Go intuitively. You read them intuitively as you were just sharing with us. Hold them in your hands. Hold them in your hands and your heart, and your intuition will guide you to the certain places on the card where the images are there. And that would be her hint, her pointer for your knack of reading them. Does that make sense? Do you already do that?
I do, but I should be doing it more.
Okay. So maybe skip the definitions, skip the words, and trust your instincts. Just, yeah. And with that
Oh,
being said, also keep an eye out for the signs and synchronicities. She's been sending you signs. She's been sending you little odd signs. Does yes?
yeah, yeah.
Like for today,
Did she
sorry.
did she know how to like give readings? Like, did she have psychic gifts?
She's smiling when you're asking this. She wouldn't call it that, and she won't say that. No, that she wouldn't call it that, but a good sense, a good heart sense. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So on that note, ah, enjoy. Thank you so much for calling, and I hope this was really helpful. And
It was.
excellent. So thank you so much. Enjoy your time, and I'll leave you with that. So everyone, today this has been a pleasure. This has been a pleasure spending time with you this afternoon. And I look forward to seeing you next week. So until then, be well.